Hello everyone, I am Val and today we are doing a review of the Barely Basic palette by Glaminatrix Cosmetics. This is the first palette from the brand. Brand is from Australia. I bought it on Monolith. It consists of 20 shades, if I'm counting correctly. 20 shades that are barely basic. They are basic but not fully. And the name of the palette is pinpoint. It's like the perfect name for this palette. So if you're interested to see what I created with it, what I think about this palette, what is the price, what is the grams, and all the things and how they are worn, how they are applying, then stay with me and let's begin. So I'm back. I actually spent a lot of time just doing my stuff and some work, and I just tried to be more working kind of on the personal things rather than trying to do more videos. So it is Monday 20th and I'm starting with Barely Basic because it seems to be like a very cool palette in general, and I seem to enjoy it by the look of it. And I want to do something from the first row. It's muted rose, kind of, with a bit of wine color and a bit of beige, and I find it really nice. And I think I will start with some kind of nude because it's called Barely Basic but not nude at the same time, so that will be the idea. Okay, I'm starting with the shade Leggings and the fluffy brush. So I'm putting it into my crease and trying to blend it all over pretty much. So that will be the scope of my look. Next, into the outer corner, I'm taking the shade Like. It's a very nice muted rose, and I'm just taking it to the bottom lid and onto the edge, the last third of the eye basically. So that will be my main color. And I think I will do something like a wing with my Holy Grail shade. It's a very nice wine color. This shade I don't see that much. This is very specific wine shade and I'm loving it. Onto the bottom lash line and mostly as a wing. So I'm trying not to bring it too much into the third. I want to keep it more or less simple. And then I will take my silicone brush. And the first shade we're going to is called OOTD. Outfit of the day but in makeup. Doesn't sound too bad. So I'm taking it and I'm setting it all over the lid from the inner corner into everything. It's a very light shade, so I think it will look good as such a thing. But then I was left with the shade Hashtag, which is not actually duochrome or multichrome or anything, but it seemed to be also a nice shade, somewhat silver as I see it, with a bit of a pink base. And I'm gonna set it to the outer edge of the eye and just by the lower lash line, so everything is sparkly and nice and beautiful. I think I will only need to do a liner here, and I think it will be black liner, just a very thin one, and I will come back with the finished look. So this is the look, full look, and such a pretty pink. I'm not a huge fan of pinks in general, but this is such a pretty pink. Both matte and the main color on the lid is just chef's kiss. It's muted pinks and I find them incredible. Mattes are working really nice. They are blending pretty easily. They are working with each other nicely. The wine color is very unique one. It's very pigmented. It's a wine red. So it's I'm just super happy with how it turned out and how they work together and what it comes as a result, and I am enjoying this. It's a good start, really good start. So that's the look for now, and I am the shade Hashtag is just glitter, so it just glitters in the light, but everything is super sparkly, and that main lid is white and beautiful. It's like white base with the multichrome, slightly pink, and everything is just so pretty. It's basic but not exactly basic, so I'm really into it. I think the makeup turned out really good. I also used a Kaleidos Tourmaline in my waterline because it's pink to green shift and it matches the look nicely. On my lips I have Obvi by Colourpop, just the pencil. It's matte pencil, and if you do the lip liner with it, you can also pat a powder on top, and it will stay for a very long time. It will not budge. And if you want this kind of matte liquid lipstick effect, then you also can just apply it all over and powder it. Then you just remove the excess powder and you are left with the matte lips until you probably eat something. So in the center it will most likely go away, but it still elongates the overall thing. It elongates the wearability of the lip liners and lipsticks. If you have like regular bullet lipstick, you can powder it. So what else I have? I have Kaleidos Trio. This is Symphony Contouring Trio. I used only the middle shade because I needed a bit of a shadow on my face. So that's it. Then I used Evil Eye by Hourglass. I did not find any dragons. And I also wanted more of a blush. Ideally, I wanted a blush quad, but there is none, unfortunately. So I had to take this one. It's for medium skin tones, actually, but you can still kind of make it work, except it will be quite warm. So just a note, it's gonna be more warm, because that's just the palette. This palette is not made for any pale people. This palette is not made for cool tone. This palette is not made for dark skin, but the formula is amazing. I don't know why they are just ignoring everything so badly. I got it on quite a discount, and Lotus Flower is the darkest one out of the three of them, and I don't think it's dark enough for dark skin tones. But you cannot do anything with Hourglass. So I used this blush and this highlighter, as you can see. It's really quite a warm one compared to my eyes, but I like the finish. I like how in real life luxurious it looks, as if you are actually having this color not on top of your skin, but like from the skin. It's really nice. I'm not gonna tell you to buy it. I just wanted to try it for myself. There are similar options, and there are singles that will probably be more of a use. So that's it. And I actually got myself some stuff from MAC Cosmetics because they had a new Infinite Nude or Intimate Nude collection going out. They're bringing back the 90s lipsticks and things that were really popular back then with the colors that were originally there, which is a huge deal actually. They needed to do that long time ago, and I got myself a couple of things. So let's start with something different. I got myself the Pro Longwear Concealer. This is not made for dry skin. This will be looking slightly more drying. So it's best for normal to oily combination skin kind of, but I just love the effect of this. This concealer is very liquid and it's NW15. So as you know, or maybe you don't know, the MAC Cosmetics doesn't have the same color grading, color regulation, basically, as a lot of other brands. The C in them doesn't mean cool. So how I remember it, it's NC means not cool and NW means not warm. So as a cool toned person, I need to get not warm, and as a warm person, you need to get not cool one. So I think that's supposed to mean something like a neutralize warm or neutralize cool, so that you are becoming more of a neutral in general, and then every color looks good on you. I think that's the idea behind it, but I might be wrong. But anyway, I got this. Then I got myself a huge discount, like 50% or something, for Face and Body Studio foundation. This foundation is 120 milliliters and it looks beautiful. I mixed it with NARS, to be fair, but I do that with a lot of others. And I wanted to tell you that House Labs is very similar to Studio Face and Body. But this is 30 milliliter for 50 bucks, and this is 120 milliliter for 50 bucks. You can mix it the same way. It's a beautiful finish. It's both very nice, doesn't go into the crevices, doesn't get into the fine lines on your skin. And I'm using it to mix with other foundations that are usually too dark for myself, maybe too yellow. So this saves me, but I wanted to, I'm the person who needs a stock. So I wanted to get another one of these because like 30 milliliters is almost nothing. And I then remembered that MAC Cosmetics has this big boy, and I compared them. Not properly, but like just pump of this, pump of that. They're very similar by behavior. They may have a different formula, like this one is more about skincare and stuff, but they're very similar. And on my face, they look quite similar. But this one was 28 for 120 milliliters. This one 38 for 30 milliliters on discount. Both of them cost 48 without discount. Maybe it's something to look into, but I mean, this is House Labs. It's like glass, luxury stuff. And this is just big boy. But I like that I have now 120 milliliters to mix with my foundations. It means a lot to me. Also, I got myself some MAC lipsticks. 2 of them are mattes. No, 3 of them are mattes. I got a Cool Teddy, I got Acting Natural and Folio. I don't think they will be extremely good on me, but I still kinda wanted this stuff. Out of the whole collection, I also wanted Stone, but it's not available. So 3 mattes and another one, Powder Kiss. This one is liquid and the costs the most out of them. These were like 27, this one 34. Not speaking about my ability to spend money that I don't have, but I wanted something nude. I got it. As a gift, I got a Dubonnet, which is red, but same Maximal, but it's a satin lipstick, so you don't get the same matte finish. I also bought myself Ooh Baby by Huda Beauty because I'm collecting this stuff, this full filler gloss, basically. I don't think it will be anything different to pink one, but it's a lilac, so I got it. Don't judge me. And that's pretty much it for now. Super happy with the makeup, super happy with the foundation, looks good. Everything looks good. So on this note, I'm gonna leave you and we will continue a bit later or tomorrow, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that's it for today. See you later. So it is Tuesday and I have no idea how to proceed with things because I'm a bit too tired and I have too many things to do. But nevertheless, I just want to keep going with my review of Glaminatrix because it's truly pleasurable. I am enjoying it. I'm thinking of doing a halo eye. Halo eye seemed to be a quite reasonable approach for pretty much orange shades. So I think I will try that first. Okay, I will take small fluffy brushes and I will start with the shade Review, setting it into the inner and outer corner. It's pretty orangey shade, so it's nice, but at the same time it's brown. So I'm not mad at this shade. It's like a very pretty brown orange. Then I'm going into the shade Comment, applying it one-on-one with the first one, with the Review, just slightly going beyond, and then the third one will be a Pumpkin Spice. Do you actually like something from pumpkin spice? As I tried the drinks and I think I'm just not the hugest fan of pumpkin in general. Anyway, now when I'm more or less happy with everything and how it blended out, actually it blends out really nicely. I'm super happy about that. I'm going to take my silicone brush and go into the shade FYP. I think it's supposed to mean For You page, which is like a TikTok thing. Mostly, because in Instagram I think it's called Discover. I'm taking it with a silicone brush and starting from the center, I'm trying to bring it into the outer edges. And this shade is amazing. It has a pretty nice shift of green to peach, but it highlights and it makes things more bright in itself and connects things together. I think I'm really into this first row. It's very unique in such a scenario. Right now I'm not sure where to put the shade Viral, but I think I will put it to the edges of my FYP just to have it kind of cohesive together so that it's not out of range, out of anything. So I first tried the shade Viral with the regular flat brush, but nothing is appearing on it. So I will take just the silicone brush again, because it seemed to be best applying these things. And Viral is going onto the bottom lid too as a sparkle, but just to the very edges. And I'm adding it into the inner corner so that it's there. From this point, I think I'm only missing maybe a brown liner. And after that, I will come back with the full face. This is my full look. And I am very, very impressed. First of all, this first row of Barely Basic is incredible. It's highlighting as if it's from the inside. You have a light on your lid. Is just something that I've never seen before. I'm really into it. And these pumpkin shades are also really cool. I have to point out that my face right now is a bit more neutral compared to the body. As you can see, I'm quite pink here, but my face stays somewhat neutral. That's because of the foundation that I'm using. Just a reminder, I'm mixing the white foundation with NARS Mont Blanc, so that this one is supposed to be neutral, and it's just a bit too dark for me, and when I'm mixing it together, then it's fine. So the eyeshadow themselves seem to be pretty good, very blendable, very like unique shades. This is one of the nicest pumpkins I've seen, I would say. It doesn't annoy me or anything, even though I'm not the hugest fan of orange eyeshadow, but this one looks great. It's just fact. So I think both of them, Viral and the FYP, kind of duochromes, because I can see the green also being on the outer edges where I did not apply the FYP shade, but where the Viral is, and yeah, it seemed to be that both of them are actually working as duochromes, which is kind of cool. But the unique one is definitely the FYP as the first row shade, and I have no words. I did not experience anything like that before, and I'm really liking it. It's truly as if you have a light on your eyes and it's highlighted properly, and it's so pretty. That's about it for now. I'm gonna do 2 more looks with this, but I'm not sure when. In any case, in any scenario, I'm super happy with this and the way it feels on myself, the way it blends. Then let's go over what I have on my face as well. Fair One by Nude-But-Better. It's a contour. I thought that it will fit better. It doesn't create anything too harsh, and this is why I feel like it's good. Then I have Demon Fusion, a bit more on the peachy side, so it kind of looks nice together as well. As highlighter today I have MAC Double Gleam, just a bit of a shine, nothing too overpowering, even though I could have taken something more on the, like Color Cosmetics for example, with a duochrome shade in it, but I decided to be more on focal point in the T-zone. So on my lips today I have 2 Colourpop pencils. One is called Peach, absolutely dark brown, and the other one is BFF. It's peach, something in that direction, beige peach. I'm not very good at describing colors, as you can see, but this one as a combo seemed to be fine. So the outline is dark and the inside are lighter. So that's all I have right now. I am tricking the color theory with just having the different eye color. That affects a lot. Also the neutral face affects a lot. This is one of the ways how to trick the things and wear the colors that usually don't fit you, but they still can. That's about it for now. I may come back today, but I doubt it, so see you maybe tomorrow. So it is Wednesday, my dudes, and I'm going to do something green because it's a frog day. So we are going into the olive. It's a nice coincidence actually, I did not plan that. And I'm starting with the shade Scrunchy. So we are going light to dark on the opposite. So Scrunchy I'm putting into the inner corner, not too far from the inner corner, and under the brow bone, so it's like blended in there. Then I'm taking bigger brush and a shade Subscribe, by the way, subscribe, and I'm placing it onto the main lid, practically to everything, and onto the lower lid as well. Then I'm taking shade Hall, and this will be the darkest out of them, which will be the outer third of the eye. I just need to blend it all together, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. Blend it here and there, and then with the empty brush I'm just going by the edges, so it's seeming nice and blended. These shades look a bit like a bruise on me due to the yellow base for these greens, but we will fix it in the next with the shimmers. So I'm taking my Color Cosmetics brush, a silicone one, and I'm going into the shade Engagement. I actually accidentally took a bit too much of it, so don't take that much. And I am placing it onto the moving lid pretty much everywhere. That will be my main lid shade. It also means that it doesn't matter how well you can blend your mattes, because they will be covered with this shiny shade anyway. It's just that you have like a idea of what was there. And with the opposite side of the brush, I'm taking the shade GRVM and placing it into the inner corner by the lower lash line, lower lid, and a bit under the brow, so that it's like all coming together. I think from this point I only need a wing and we will be done. And I will come back with the finished face already. So this is my finished look. I am very happy about that. It turned out that today is Wednesday and it's like a toad froggo day as well, and I'm feeling maximum to my toad. And I have to admit, these colors look almost exactly like the ones from Harvest of Souls. So if you don't want Harvest of Souls, you may look into this Barely Basic palette. They are approximately the same in price, but this one has a bit more life, kinda. Like it's better suited for life, probably. It doesn't have any blues as well, so that's something that some people prefer in palettes. This green, this olive green, turned out to be more yellow on me because I have pink undertone, and when you mix pink with the green, you only are left with yellow brown something. But I enjoy it a lot. And this lid shade, I bet there is such a color in Harvest of Souls as well. But this one is like very smooth battery and it goes on very nicely. Green in the corners is very interesting as well. I think it will look good all over the lid. If you want something very bright, just like in the previous two makeup looks, I did quite a bright look, more like brightening. So yeah, it's a very, very enjoyable palette. I have one more left, and this is gonna be next, probably today in the evening. In the meantime, let's have a look on what I have on my face. So I tried, finally, I filmed yesterday the swatches of Intimate Nudes by MAC, and I am super happy that I actually picked it up. This lipstick is called Folio. I think it's one of the shades that Angelina Jolie was wearing in the 90s. I have a pink cool undertone. This looks like a cool beige, grayish as far as... This pencil is called grayish. It's very close to stone but lighter in color. So you get this mix, and I'm so in love with this. I think it's really, really nice looking beige, and I love these colors. I wanted to get something that is like Obsess by Illamasqua, but Illamasqua is a satin kind of creamy lipstick. This one is matte. I'm really happy about it. It's just very nice. Grayish pencil also, very nice. I'm approving this shade by MAC. If you're searching for something like that, that's good. Then I have on my face also Fair One by Danessa Myricks, because something neutral made more sense to me than something cool in this makeup look. Then I tried to mix these two shades from Evil Eye palette. It's really warm. If you are very cool toned and you don't do any warm makeup looks, you don't wear anything like that, it's very warm. Don't buy this. Buy the single blush or something, and that's enough. So I will still use it because I find it really cool. Not in the meaning of being cool actually, but in the meaning of being fancy. So I will continue using it with my makeup looks, but probably I will not utilize it for the real life. In real life, I'm much more toned down with all of the makeups that I do, and I'm not actually wearing bright looks or anything like that in my daily life. And this is the way to express myself. That's why I'm using a different product sometimes for YouTube and for the things I do. So yeah. That's just how it is. And for my highlighter today, I have Sour by Cleona. A bit greenish, but not exactly. It's a really nice highlighter. So that is pretty much it. Also, this is Flare Supernova Multichrome Gel Liner by Moira Cosmetics. It's my waterline in the lower lid. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm into it. I'm really liking it. It's looking super cool. It's like my inner toad is pretty happy with all of that, and I like how the eyeshadow work. Yep, that's all I can tell for now. This palette so far has been one of the favorites in terms of how to work with that, what you get as the result, things like that. So that's my thoughts for now, and I will continue maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not yet quite sure what it's gonna be, but enjoying myself to the maximum. See you in a short while. So the last makeup of this review, I'm gonna be taking the beige gray shades. They are more beige, which is interesting. They remind me of Longing first row, first column, but actually they are not as gray, which is kind of nice as well. I'm starting with the darkest out of them, called Looks. I'm setting it into the outer edge as a V shape and slightly going into the crease, as well as into the bottom lash line, not bottom lash line, just bottom lash, bottom line, bottom lid. Oh my god. Then I'm taking the shade Sheer and I'm trying to blend it out slightly. So that is nice beige gray. Again, more beige than a gray. In the pan it looks more cool, but it's actually more beige. So opposite of Longing. And then I'm taking the shade Girl Dinner and placing it to the whole moving lid because it will be like a lightest color in this makeup look. It's still quite nice. So I'm blending things together, trying to bring them into the nice shape. It's gonna be the most neutral out of the looks that I created, and also this because the column is the most neutral out of them. And I'm taking the shade DIY onto the silicone brush. It doesn't really show if it's multi-chroming somewhere, but it doesn't matter. I'm setting it into the inner part of the eye, approximately till 1/3 of it, and then I'm taking the shade Follow, which will be the main on the lid, and it will just go to this greenish DIY shade. And it's spreading really nicely. I'm enjoying how the application is with the eyeshadow, and I'm just generally really happy with how it turned out. It's very neutral, very glam at the same time, but wearable, very wearable look. I think I will add the brown liner into here because it makes sense to me not to overpower things with the black, except the lashes. That's what I usually do. And from this point, I will come back with the finished face. This is my finished look. I'm super happy about it. It's slightly golden, but not yellow golden. And I feel like these colors are really my thing. So I feel like they are matching my low contrast appearance, and I also did not use contact lenses that are any different color. It's just lighter blue. So with my own eyes it will also look okay, but I just love contact lenses and I also needed to film them. So the liner is actually Inglot 69. It's milk chocolate, so it's not dark, it's not overpowering. I think it's really good. It still allows the lashes to pop on the face, and everything is so soft, nice, like golden something, golden sun something. So I'm really happy with the overall look. I need to tell that the shades are not very packing. Maybe it was because of the brush, I'm not sure, but you need some work with them. Maybe it's just the top layer, maybe it's something else. I need one more to figure it out. I want to do the final thoughts in a different makeup and intro as well, so that I can fully touch everything that I wanted, to confirm things that I wanted, and etc, etc. So that will be the idea, at least. Nevertheless, I think it looks great. It's something that I would actually wear on a daily basis. Actually, I used to wear something like that when I was a teenager. I used to have a gold cream eyeshadow or stick eyeshadow or something, and I just did liner and this gold one eyeshadow all over. But now it's much more interesting. As an adult, I feel like this is much more interesting, and yeah, I'm really enjoying how it looks. So, I will need to collect my thoughts about the things. In the meantime, let's have a look on what I have on my face as well. First things first, Cool Spice. Not exactly how I imagined it to be, but still relatively okay. So this is Cool Spice on the outline, together with Acting Natural matte lipstick. Acting Natural, as you can see, is very cool peach. I've been searching for such a color for a while, and I guess this is the best I can do. Then what else do I have? I have Bobbi Brown Pink Glow highlighter, a bit luxury, a bit of nice shine, and Mood Exposure Hourglass. I think this blush is my favorite out of them, the ones that I tried. It's a bit on the... it's turning peach on me, that's unavoidable. But this bacon strip is very nice looking on skin in real life. Danessa Myricks, we all know her, still going through that. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have on my face, and this is the look. I'm really into it. I enjoy every second of wearing this stuff. I think it turned out good. Blended nicely, looks nice. Nice colors. Very basic, but not exactly, but still very basic. That's daily beige gold look. That's what I would have called it. Anyway, I think I'm done with this for now. I will come back to you tomorrow with final thoughts, and we will see what this deal is all about. So, see you a bit later. this is my final look with the palette, final look of this review, so to say. I used pinks and browns in this makeup, and I used the shiny shades from the first row of both pink and brown columns as well. I think it turned out really pretty. I enjoy how it highlights everything. I also enjoy the overall texture. It doesn't want to crease so far, at least. I don't know how it will wear for a longer period of time, but so far so good. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. I also have its personal MAC Powder Kiss on my lips, and I'm sold. You know, it's just such a wonderful shade. Like, the Intimate Nudes as a collection from MAC has been... I've been waiting for this. I love these colors. I love all of that. I bought 2 more shades. One is called Stone, one is called Buffiest. Buffiest is gonna be just like this one, but a bit more beige. And the Stone is gonna be just like the pencil in Stone. It's like brown, gray something. I will show later everything. I will post shorts about that and all that stuff. It's just... I did not buy everything, obviously, from this collection because, first of all, it's gonna be a nightmare in amount of money that you need for this. And unfortunately, as a small YouTuber, small blogger, I'm not getting PR of anything that I actually want, except a couple things maybe. But anyway, we are all just spending our money after all. And it doesn't matter if you're a blogger or not, you will just spend your money on things you want. And I really wanted that. I got, I don't know, 6. I got 6 lipsticks out of this launch, and it's a lot in itself. But to be fair, I'm using a lot of makeup in between, and I'm doing all of that stuff with the YouTube and things. So for me, it makes sense. It's kind of investment in my hobby and investment in materials, since makeup is consumable. But I love this, and I would wear this in real life as well. Yep. So let's get back to our Glaminatrix. Glaminatrix is Australian brand, and the palettes are made in China. So you can imagine the logistics that's happening there, and until it gets to the western part of the world, to the Europe or to the USA. I believe the palette is 69 euros on Monolith and around $99 Australian dollars, I believe, on the official website. Right now it's out of stock in the official website, but still in stock on Monolith. It's 20 shades, 20 grams, 1 gram per refill, which is not that bad, but honestly, when you're getting it, it's like a notebook, like to take notes, and you're opening it, you are like, why is it so tiny? Because the pen shades are relatively small, and you kind of expect more from, especially after longing, I kind of expect more. And there are 8 shimmers. Almost all of them are actually duochromes, and only some are just shimmers. I like these 2 rows completely, and these 2 columns completely, and first 2 rows completely. I just don't like this area because I find them a bit weird. Orange in a somewhat basic palette to me is weird, and olive is also somewhat weird in basic palette to me. Maybe on the other skin tone, undertone, it will look different. Maybe for olive undertone, this palette with olive tones will look perfect. Maybe if you are warm, the orange also will look different than it was on me. They're not bad, but they are a bit weird. Also, I've noticed that they are pressed really hard into the pan, a bit dry by the touch, so they are still nice, very hard. It's very hard to explain also. I don't know exactly. So when you're touching it, it's like a little stone, like a little pebble. And you need to break through the first layer that is pressed really hard. And it's gonna be a bit problematic to work with them with synthetic brushes. Natural brushes will be a bit easier, but yeah, you need to go through this first layer to get the pigment properly into your hands. These dances around the palette are a bit not what you expect from the palette of this range, price range I mean, because 69 is almost like Natasha Denona, pretty much, but Natasha Denona has very velvety mattes. The downside of Denona is that they actually are quite warm in majority of cases, and they can disappear from your eyes. Here it's not the case, they are not disappearing anywhere compared to my blush, which is done as a unbothered This is low lighter, and to be honest, it feels like I have nothing on my blush placement, but I actually had quite a lot of it. Weird stuff. Anyway, I am kind of happy about the palette, but I'm kind of disappointed because in this price range you really expect something easier to work with, probably. I do like that the shimmers are a bit more on the drier side because they don't crease, at least on my eyes, but I don't have a very oily lids. This may change in the future, by the way, since I will probably change my skin type after some events, but I will let you know everything. Right now I'm just dry to normal, and my eyelids are also somewhat normal, not the huge amount of oil, but not the craziest dryness as well. So, but they hold nicely, and I like the effect of these shimmers that they highlight you from within. As I said, mattes, I pretty much like the 6 of them. I didn't like 6 others because olive is a bruise on me. Orange is, I'm just not wearing orange that much. So yeah, I am a bit confused about that. Also, what I wanted to tell you about this palette is that all the information about like when it expires, where it's made, what shades, how to use, stuff like that, what the amount of grams and things like that, it's all just on the foil. You remove the foil, you lose all of that information. You're only left with the letters in the front. And I don't think that majority of people keep this sleeves things and the boxes. Box has more information about the ingredients and things like that, so you may check if there is something. It's like Red 40 Lake, I believe, is something like a carmine or around that, so you may get irritation if you are sensitive to such pigments. You have to be aware of that. You need this info on the palette, but the packaging is made in a way that you cannot get this info on the palette. So this is also, I would call, a downside of the palette, and once again in this price range it should not be forgettable, I guess. So I'm still happy with overall things. I would still use it. It's still a nice one, at least some of the shades, if you know how to work with it, and etc, it's fine. But is it really worth 69 euros? Probably not. If you can find it cheaper somewhere on this discount, on sale, whatever, yeah, you can take it, but you have to be aware of the downsides. So it's pros and cons. It's your money, up to you to decide if you want that or not. My goal here is just to let you know what exactly is the thing with this palette, what are the pros, what are the cons, and just to give you information about all of that. And yeah, then you decide by yourself if you want it or not. And that's pretty much all my thoughts about the palette and about the thing in general. So let's have a look on all of the makeup looks I've created with the palette, and maybe you have a favorite. I don't know. Let me know. In any case, I was happy to be with you for the duration of this video and this review. It took me a few days and I enjoyed it, and hopefully you enjoyed it as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and all of that stuff that is important for YouTube. The algorithms are changing constantly. It's an impossible battle for small channels. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!